Histin News Daily is your go-to podcast for a daily dose of history. Each episode dives into significant events, births, and deaths that occurred on this day in history. From pivotal moments in world history to intriguing anecdotes about famous figures, we bring the past to life in an engaging and informative format. I'm Chris Bernard. Stay informed and entertained with new episodes released every day, keeping you connected to history regularly.
Here are 15 significant historical events that took place on June 3. 1861 American Civil War. The Battle of Philippi, also called the Philippi Races, took place in modern-day West Virginia, marking the first organized land action of the war. It was a Union victory. 1889 The Canadian Pacific Railway. The last spike of the transcontinental Canadian Pacific Railway was driven at Craigellachie, British Columbia, marking the completion of the first railway to span Canada from sea to sea. 1937 The Duke of Windsor's marriage. The former King Edward VIII of the United Kingdom, now the Duke of Windsor, married Wallis Simpson, an American divorcée, in a private ceremony in France. 1940 World War II. The Dunkirk evacuation ended with the successful rescue of 338,226 Allied troops who had been cut off by the German army. 1942 Battle of Midway. The Battle of Midway began, marking a significant turning point in the Pacific theater of World War II. The battle lasted until June 7, 1942, and resulted in a decisive victory for the United States. 1965 NASA and space exploration. Gemini 4 was launched, and astronaut Edward H. White II became the first American to perform a spacewalk. 1968 Assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. U.S. Senator Robert F. Kennedy was shot in Los Angeles, California, by Siren. Kennedy died from his wounds the next day. 1972 Biological Weapons Convention. The treaty banning the production and use of biological and toxin weapons, known as the Biological Weapons Convention, came into force. 1989 Chinese government declares martial law. The Chinese government declared martial law in response to the Tiananmen Square protests. The crackdown led to the massacre of hundreds, possibly thousands, of demonstrators on June 4. 1992 Denmark rejects the Maastricht Treaty. In a national referendum, Denmark rejected the Maastricht Treaty, which aimed to further European integration and establish the European Union. 2006 Montenegro independence. Montenegro formally declared independence from the State Union of Serbia and Montenegro, following a referendum held on May 21, 2006. 2008 Barack Obama secures Democratic nomination. Barack Obama secured enough delegates to clinch the Democratic nomination for President of the United States, becoming the first African American to be a major party's nominee for the presidency. 2012 Jiangsu tornado. A powerful tornado struck the Jiangsu province in China, causing significant damage and casualties. 2017 London Bridge attack. A terrorist attack in London involving a van and stabbing spree resulted in 8 deaths and many injuries. The attackers were shot dead by police. 2018 Guatemala volcano eruption. The Volcán de Fuego erupted in Guatemala, causing widespread devastation and significant loss of life and property damage. These events highlight a variety of significant occurrences from military battles to political milestones and natural disasters, illustrating the diverse and impactful nature of history on this date.
Uncover lesser-known facts and intriguing anecdotes about historical events and figures that may surprise and inspire you. By engaging with history on a daily basis, you'll develop a stronger connection to the world and its rich tapestry of events and personalities. You can find Histin News Daily on popular podcast platforms like Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Subscribe today to start your journey through history, one day at a time. I'm Chris Bernard. Thank you for listening to our Daily Today in History podcast. Remember to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on YouTube for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and discussions about history's impact on our world today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and find out more today in history.